Hey, all praises, glory, and honors being to Yahweh. By the way, my shak was shot, right? I got a quick hit real quick, man. You know, I'm going to start this thing from 1 Peter chapter 4 from the top. You know what I mean? It reads, so then, since a Mashiach suffered physical pain, you must arm yourselves with the same attitude he had and be ready to suffer too. So just the same way the Saviors had to suffer, we got to be ready to suffer as well, whether that be on a physical level when persecution come, or that be, you know, making a mockery of yourself, standing on the street corners, preaching and teaching, going against the grain of this world, you know what I'm saying? You know, just being a laughing stock, you know what I'm saying? That suffering can come in a lot of different ways, right? But you got to be ready for that, right? If you have suffered physically for Christ, you have finished with sin. You won't spend the rest of your lives chasing your own desires, but you will be anxious to do the will of Yahweh. So you'll be ready to do the will of the Most High, man. And what is the will of the Most High, man? Keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, and they not grievous, right? You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is most of them we do anyway. It's not in us as Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, women, and children to do the things that these other nations do. I'm going to keep it PG. Right? And keep going, though. You won't spend the rest of your lives chasing your own desires, but you will be anxious to do the will of Yahweh. You have had enough in the past of evil things that godless people enjoy, right? The godless people, those who living without the commandments, you know what I'm saying, of our people. You know what I'm saying? You living without the commandments, you godless, right? You don't have no moral code that you living by, right? The immorality and lust, their feasting and drunkenness and wild parties and their terrible worship of idols. You know what I'm saying? You got wild parties, orgies going on, smoking, popping pills, adultery going on. It's a lot of shit that be going on in these parties, man. Especially with this new generation, you know what I'm saying? Weirdos. But and the worship of idols, you know what I'm saying? Like Christmas, idol worship. Your birthday, idol worship. You setting yourself up to be worshiped, right? I'm gonna keep reading though. You got much time. Of course, your former friends, right, are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things they do, so they slander you. But remember, they will have to face Yahweh, who will judge everyone, both the living and the dead. At the end of the day, man, you can't worry about your friends, man, your former friends, man, and the wickedness that they got going on, them looking at you crazy, whether that be your parents as well, family members, man, fuck all of them, man. It's all about the kingdom and making your call and election sure. You don't want to eat that missile, you know what I'm saying? You want that crown placed on your head. But that's the quick hit for the day, man. You did.